Greetings, fellow captains, and welcome back to another episode of World of Warships Legends. Now, some of you may have already seen this, but it was such a good game that it really was worth taking a second look at. So, we are going out in the legendary tier Alaska. This was actually my very first match in the ship, and it really does highlight the, well, not all, but a lot of the strengths of this super cruiser or heavy cruiser, or I don't know exactly what you want to call it, but it is in fact it's classed as a cruiser in the game. But yeah, we're gonna go with super cruiser from here on out. And so our build consists of Norman Scott with fully packed. So we have the additional sonar and the additional radar and the additional heal, which actually, it gives the ship a lot more survivability. You can take a second or so off by using the reload boost legendary perk, which, to be honest with you, its name evades me at the moment, but I really don't think that it's worth it, particularly with the meta of there being an absolute metric shedload of destroyers in the game at the moment. But we kind of got fortunate here, whereas we're setting out in the ship and we're in a battle where there are actually no destroyers. So it's going to be a bit of a slow start. So I'll just do some general rambling, a bit of housekeeping. New feature on the channel. If you look below, I'm assuming it's all finished and all updated by the time this video goes out. But there is in fact a join button. So that I don't expect anyone to use this, but it's there if you want to support the channel. And basically it's £1.99 or like maybe $2.50, somewhere around that. Basically, it's next to nothing. It's like basically buy me a cup of coffee a month if you want to subscribe. If you want to join and actually become a member of the channel, you'll be given shout outs at the end of the video. We're going to do a little screen roll to thank everyone who does decide to support. Nothing about the channel is going to change. Videos will be as frequent as I can make them, with the children being here. And as you can see, we're flinging out some long distance HE at the start of this match. I have put a members only area on my Discord, but in all fairness, I generally, I do my best to keep up with it anyway. But we're going to be doing some reorganising of that to make it a bit neater and a bit more consistent over the coming weeks. But yeah, so it's there. Don't feel compelled. I'm not asking anyone to use it. Hell, I'll be surprised if anyone does. But if you do, you will get a shout out. You will get a mention, and I will occasionally, when I'm offline, I will occasionally do some members only, like divisions, where I'll just team up with you guys. So we're flinging some HE around the place at the early part of this match. The HE is actually really good if it hits. This is a super cruiser, so it is classed as a cruiser, but it doesn't have your typical American cruiser dispersion. It's not as bad as a battleship, but as you can see, it's also not as good as a cruiser. So that is one sort of key feature to sort of pay attention to on this ship. And I've got an accuracy build, so I think there's Yamamoto on here that improves accuracy, and is it Bruce Fraser to improve penetration? To be honest with you, I genuinely forgot. If you really want to look in depth into the build, then check out our first look at the Alaska live stream, where I basically built the ship right in front of your face. Everything is there. I've sort of talked through it and discussed it, but yeah, we're just going to look over the ship purely as this is what it does, this is its strengths, this is its weaknesses, and this is why I said it's a slow start. So alright, we've done 17,000 damage, but we're coming up 4 minutes into the match. We're not exactly breaking massive ground here, and And as you can see, what I'm doing, I am, in fact, biding my time. There's a grocer curve first right there. If I push out around this island and he's paying attention, I'm going to get deleted really quick. So we slow down, we actually stop and actually put it in reverse, because, well, this Kutcher's off is going to keep us lit up. And he makes the mistake of going broadside, although we did just lose a ship to the Kutcher's off, and really unlucky that we only score 5,000 damage with our first two guns, but we're swinging the back around. Rear guns, okay, not great. But what we're doing, we're getting a lot of overpens, and there we go, we score our nice juicy citadel, and all of a sudden we've doubled our damage, more than doubled our damage. Rear turret off again, one overpen and one penetration, scoring us about 4,000 damage. And there we go, our friendly Attigo picks him up, kills him, and that puts us up to 45,000. So we're in a position here where you can see there's quite a lot of ships in front of us, and again, like, this is where I'm sort of biding my time trying to decide, well, when do I want to push out? Like, this ship is very good at firing onto the flanks of the enemy. Like, if you can get around them, and which is exactly why I'm out here, if you can push around and you can get the flank of anything, you can cause significant amounts of damage. We take a couple of shots of that curve first, but that goddamn map design, who put that mountain in the way? Although I do really appreciate the fact that it's stopping us from getting blown up. And of course, as soon as we fire at the curve first and we actually have an angle, he pulls forward. So they miss. So we're going to back up and we're going to use this island much like you would in general in an American cruiser. You don't want to be pushing yourself out. You don't want to be trying to duke it out with battleships. It's never gonna end well. And if you're paying attention to the mini-map, this flank is gone. We're ahead of ships, but everyone is so far removed from the fight that's going on here. We're in a bit of a pickle. So we think, are we going to back up? What are we going to do? We're having a look to see what our Bismarck is doing. Our Bismarck is not long for the world. So, we're down to 2 battleships now, and without a destroyer in the game, with all those enemy battleships, I've got to do it. This is quite simply, I've got to the point in the battle where it's like, right, okay, I need to push, and if I can't duke it out with these 3 battleships here and do some significant damage, this is going to be a loss. So we line up a shot on the Vlad, then we see the curve first is flat broadside as well, but then we see the Iowa, and the Iowa is giving us really good broadside, like the best broadside out of the lot, and boom, 2 citadel hits and about 40,000 damage instantly. So that really helped our team out, because a full health Iowa in the later stages of the game is always going to hurt. And slap, completely pummel of Vladivostok as well with another 2 citadel hits. So that's 2 salvos, and that's 60,000 damage. So the Vlad does notice and pay attention to us, and he starts to bow tank. He turns in, and we're not going to penetrate the bow. Maybe we can, but we're going to struggle to do major damage to a bow tank in Vladivostok. So we're just going to dip our bow in, because we've got 32 mil. We can, so you can bow tank anything apart from a Yamato. They will do damage to your superstructure, obviously, but you're not gonna be suffering from huge penetrating shots or citadels. That is one of the key features, and something that makes this Alaska so very strong. So as you can see, we're trying to knock out his guns, basically trying to make him ineffective, or as ineffective as we possibly can. And obviously it's a Vladivostok, much like everyone else. We actually turn to ignore him because the curve first is broadside. Shots away, just over 10 kilometers. Bow. Boom. Another Citadel hit. So yeah, this Vlad is like, yeah, I'm going to ram you because I'm a Vladivostok and you're a legendary ship and I want you to die. So we quickly slam it in forward, start turning, and this is where the Vlad, I think he thinks, right, he's turning, I'm going to get him broadside, but nope, or catch him on back end, but we swing around and avoid the ram. And we're gonna punish him for that as we fire our front turrets and finish off the Grosser Curve first. So yeah, it's just me and you now, Vlad. What are you gonna do about it? Oh yeah, let's not fire high explosive into the broadside of a Vladivostok because it's quite simply just not gonna work. So we take a nasty hit then. I believe that is from the Iowa that we put such a hurting on earlier. Vladivostok fires, doesn't really do anything. There goes his rear turret. Broadside, boom, again, another bunch of Citadel hits, and that is 178,000 damage. So, do you see what I mean? Like, this is the key thing about the ship. Early on, you want to be sort of staying back. There's the Iowa again. He's coming flat broadside, but unfortunately, gun facing this way, and he's reloaded, and he takes us out. So yes, early on, but AP8 cruisers, definitely fire AP8 cruisers at any range, but try and cause those fires early on, and then later in the game when you can. If you get that opportunity to sneak out and surprise a battleship from anything under sort of 13 kilometers, get those monstrous 305mm with their increased penetration because of the super heavy shells, and absolutely punish them. And I believe currently, not that I've bothered to submit it, this would be the damage record for the Alaska on the Wargaming's official pages, but I'm sure that's going to get smashed out of the water relatively soon, especially as you guys start to unlock them. So thank you very much for popping by. I really do hope you enjoyed the video today and the quick glimpse at the Alaska. We'll be doing something similar with the Yamato as well, and obviously we're a while off getting the Grosser Curve first, but as soon as we can we'll do one of those too. So thanks for dropping by, and until next time, take care.